All right, Coach, coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, we put a bow on Week 15 with a good Monday night matchup between the New York Jets and our home team. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
Doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. 3 buds.
Here's Darnold running the option left. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Third and long, it's Darnold. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
At their own 18-yard line.
Check, ready. Check. Walk 54. Hey, defense, let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They run it here with Gordon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Gordon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well. And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins. And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Check.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
50's the mic. Hey, pick it up, defense.
Now Taylor on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Let's go now. You don't know no better.
Taylor. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Taylor. He's got his man. It's Williams. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
At their own 26.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it with Bell. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. To throw is Darnold. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. McKinnon here, it's complete. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Stay with your man. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep. Here we go. Safety creep.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. From 8 yards out as they are now on the board here in the 1st half.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Here's Taylor throwing again. That is incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Airing one out for Crowder. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets have taken the lead. And he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Next to score, Jets 14, Chargers 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
37-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Taylor, he's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, LA. Mike Williams with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Badgley on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Darnold now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returning, it's Benjamin. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Taylor now off the bootleg. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. This is Gordon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This will be taken at the 10. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop. This is Bell. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Darnold now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense. Just there goes Melvin Gordon. He's at the 40, past the 20, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now See on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm coming after you.
Darnold. Airing one out for Crowder. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it out past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Taylor. And it's complete. Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, it's Taylor. This is caught by Williams. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now Taylor. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. Second down. A give to Bell. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
36, check 52, spawn.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be fourth down now.
A gain of 9 on the play, but it brings up fourth down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And they are going for it. Darnold steps away to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. On first down, Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. To throw again on second down. Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Darnold now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Here's Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 32.
Recon, 132 fighter.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First down, New York.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Bell. And room there to work it inside the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Bell. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Darnold running the option left. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll try the option right here on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. Hopkins' kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Taylor. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11. Taylor sets up the screen to Gordon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
But this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Hey, get it. Mike 54. I want that.
After the interception, here's Taylor. It's Williams on the catch. And he's taken down inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Check
The Jets' 29-yard line.
54. Blue down, blue down.
Out of the gun, it's Taylor. It's complete to Williams. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the 12-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, Gordon on 2nd and goal. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. So on 3rd and goal, Gordon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? He's got a man, complete. That one goes for 30 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Darnold. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
On 4th down, Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Gordon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Here's Gordon. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Go. Check nickel. You go tight. You got tight right there.
Now it's Taylor. He completes it to Henry. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Result of the play, first down and 10.
Side 52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. Let's go, D. Let's go. Young lady. Swing, young lady.
One last throw now for Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one